going on, everybody? This is BroncoJuggalo.
And Bill.
And today we are coming to you with the 1987 film Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse, directed by Rick Rossel, something like that.
It's a weird name.
Rossler. It's Rosler. So I don't know. Rick Rossler, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Starring Sherry Lee as Liz Borden, our quote-unquote final girl, even though, spoiler, nobody makes it out alive.
No.
Yeah, so, spoiler. And then we have Joe Barton as Buddy Bacon, our killer and really fun character.
This guy's cool.
I liked him.
He's cool.
Yeah, so... Real simple, basic plot to this one. A slaughterhouse owner, a retired slaughterhouse owner, tells his mentally deranged son, who's already killed a couple people, to take out his enemies.
Kill more.
So they call them on over to the house and to the slaughterhouse, and they take them all out.
Yeah.
Of course, we also get a group of teens that gets mixed up in it, and they get taken out as well. You know how these movies go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
At first, I wondered if the teens were going to. For a while, I was sitting there watching the movie like, man, these kids aren't really part of the story that's going on. What the fuck are they wasting time on them for? But they did eventually work them into the getting killed part. So, I was cool with that.
And it was very nice.
Yeah.
A few little fun facts about this film. Our director and producer, this is their first theatrical film that they made. Before this, they made training films for the Navy. And another little fun fact.
How to grope your man lover.
Ew. In the Navy. Let's not get in there. No. Bad. Also, there's many scenes in this film where there are animal carcasses everywhere. Mainly pig carcasses. Mm-hmm. These are all real carcasses. They went to some place in Mexico where they slaughtered pigs and just took carcasses out of their trash.
This film got 2 boutique releases. One by Vinegar Syndrome, that's the one that we have.
The one that we have.
And the other one by 88 Films, the UK boutique label, who did the 88 films that are like, you know, what is it? Essential slashers, basically, or essential horror films.
Oh, okay.
So it got 2 boutique releases, which is really cool.
Nice.
That's pretty much all the facts that I know about it.
Well, I do have a couple other ones there. Just fun little things to throw out. Buddy, our actor who played Buddy, actually walked up in almost the costume that he was wearing in the film to the audition. The director was taking a break, and they were taking a break from it all, and he was outside, and he sees this guy walk up, dressed almost exactly like our killer is, and asked if this is for the Slaughterhouse auditions. And he knew right then and there he had found his buddy. You know, it was just a weird coincidence, you know, because he was already dressed almost exactly the same way. Funny. And he's just a really big, burly dude.
No, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, that was the last thing I had, was how they found their buddy.
Well, let's start with pros and cons.
Where do you want to start?
Let's start with cons. I think a few less of those, but I like starting with cons. I like to get the bad stuff out of the way.
Okay.
I had an issue a little bit with the pacing. There were some pacing issues in the movie.
It is a little slow at times. That is actually one of mine as well.
It goes up and down, and, you know, we get a long time between kills for a while, and you got a little bit bored.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, this is kind of getting a little dull. But then it picked up again, so... But I did have an issue with the pacing.
And that's one of mine as well. It is a little bit of a slow film, but it's not one of those slow burn films where you're getting story along with it. You do get story, but it's just too slowed down at points.
The story wasn't complicated enough for them to spend that much time on it.
True.
They do, so whatever.
It is what it is. Yeah. All right. My first and only other con for this film is the woman, I guess you'd call her waitress, that's screwing the damn
The cop.
deputy.
Yeah.
Yeah, screwing the deputy. She follows the deputy's car. Of course, he's dead already. It's Buddy behind the wheel. And why the fuck didn't she just put the key back in the car and start
and
it?
Leave. Yeah. That's actually, I don't have any more cons, so I'm going to go off of that.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my favorite parts of the film is when when Buddy is chasing her around in the cop car. It's just fucking hilarious.
And she doesn't know that
she's chasing Buddy, and it's just like,
yeah,
you're chasing this guy down, and it's not,
Is that going to be the first pro that you start with?
That's my first pro. Okay, I like that part of the movie.
I'm going to go off this too because
it's fun. The movie was fun.
That is a pro of mine too. Mm-hmm. Is Buddy, because he is kind of just a big kid. He's dressed up in the cop's uniform and gets in his cruiser.
It's too big. It's too small for him though.
Yeah,
like
it's all
split down the back
but still, he's got the belt on and everything. Yeah. He's playing with the mic.
And all he does is make pig noises. He doesn't talk. He just makes pig noises.
Exactly. But
so he's on the radio going, squeal, squeal. It's just funny as hell.
Yeah. And the fact that she thinks it's the deputy, and oh no, it's not. Yeah. Okay. Well,
and right from that, Joe Barton. Joe Barton's a pro for me. Him playing Buddy, the way he played him, so much fun. Such a cool. I almost want to say, I don't know if it's sympathetic's the right word, but a character that you just really like watching.
You do.
Very entertaining character.
And that is a pro of mine as well, is the Buddy character and the actor who played him. He is mentally challenged.
The character
is mentally challenged. But you do kind of feel for him too. It's like, when he's in the pig pen with his pigs, that's like a dog would be to us, but he's sitting there petting them and everything. He just really does a great job selling this. He's just a huge kid.
Yeah.
With a lot of strength and a big-ass meat cleaver.
Yeah, the first two people he kills are because they were messing with his pigs.
They were messing with his hogs.
But then, like I said, that pacing issue came in and there was no more kills for quite a while. So it was like, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, but it's forgivable.
Right.
It is a forgivable thing. My next pro for this film actually would be the score, the soundtrack of this film.
Yeah, the soundtrack is pretty good.
Really good. Mm-hmm. It's a little kind of creepy that it's a little too happy.
Yeah.
It's a little too happy.
I thought that too. It was kind of creepy in a way. But it was really fun. It was a fun soundtrack. It's kind of like when they did that Red Riding Hood movie that I did, the 2003 one.
Oh, yeah.
That movie is like demented and crazy, but it has this soundtrack that's almost like la 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 happy, and I'm like...
Like you think you're watching the Smurfs or something?
This is just so not fitting this. I mean, it made the movie that much more crazy. It didn't quite. It should have been like, you'd think it would have been darker music or whatever. But
sometimes this works though.
Yeah, every once in a while it works, and it works with this one. It was just fun. It was cool. I liked it.
Very cool movie. Okay, my next pro is the opening of this film. They actually did do the opening sequence for the credits at a slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
And they filmed it. They actually had the director actually cut it back a little bit because it was a little too gruesome, some of the stuff that he had shot for that sequence.
Yeah.
And this is also where you get that happy music going in there, watching a day at a slaughterhouse.
The pigs being killed really were being killed.
Mm-hmm.
I know that bothers people in some movies, but it's real anyways,
That's life. They just filmed it.
Yeah.
People doing their job, and all those guys in there, they were the workers. They weren't actors. They were the real workers at this slaughterhouse.
Right.
And I feel it brings such a real feel to it because it is real.
Yeah.
We're getting to see real life. That's probably not the way they do it now. I don't know how the hell they do it now, but
right.
Still, it gives you just a real feeling
right.
to this film.
The thing I want to talk about is the kills and the blood and gore.
Great.
All really
Pro
well
for me,
done.
too.
Good practical effects.
Yes.
It looks good. Not quite as bloody as I thought it was going to be, but then it got really bloody.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy it. And yeah, it's really good. There's a lot of good gore. There's a great kill where Buddy kills a guy with his bare hands.
Yes. Oh. Or when that guy's in the meat grinder and Buddy just lowers him into the meat grinder.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. I like the kills. We had most of them were pretty well run-of-the-mill type slasher kills, especially slasher kills based around like a meat place like we saw in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
1 or Texas Chainsaw 3D, that kind of stuff. There was some, but it was still fun. They were fun kills, and they were bloody and gory as hell.
And that's what we watched.
That's what I want. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The last thing I want to talk about, last pro for me, is Buddy's father, Lester Bacon. Mm-hmm. It's just so amusing to me how he kills the first 2 kids, and he's like, "What have you been up to? Are you up to no good? Mm-hmm. Oh, why'd you do that for?" And then he gets the idea in his head of Buddy killing his enemy. Right. Just how quickly he went from "Why did you do that for?" to "Wait a minute, this isn't a bad idea." Oh Lord, he just sold his role very well. I forget who played his father, but I think he's played in a couple other things. But just that transition of, "Why did you do that? And here I bought you this brand new meat cleaver for your birthday, and you go and kill these kids, and wait, this is actually not a bad idea. You're going to kill these people for me."
Yeah.
How he's just like all good with it. Now his father is just really all good with this murder stuff.
Right. Yeah, I like that too. I thought it was fun. And just really well done. I enjoyed this movie overall, guys. This was a fun, good movie. It's not going to win no Oscars.
No.
But it was a lot of fun for what it is. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun.
And that's the point. You enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much it, right?
Favorite kill? I'll go with mine first then. Love it when Buddy grabs that... Oh, what is his name? When Buddy grabs Harold, the lawyer guy, lifts him off his feet, and just crushes his skull with his bare hands.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That is my favorite for this film.
I'm going to go with the very last kill. Even though I saw it coming, it was pretty... you don't even actually see the whole kill. You just know he kills her. But he raises up out of the back seat like we've seen in so many horror movies. It's one of those horror cliches, but it was done well, and I enjoyed it. So I think it ended the movie on a good note. Okay. So that's why I'm going with that, just because that, and honestly, I can't remember all the other kills right now because my brain dead.
That ends the movie on a good note. Everybody's dead.
Yeah, but it's a good note for me. Dude, you watched Charlie's Farm? You did watch Charlie's Farm.
Yeah, that was a great film.
Yeah, everybody dies. I like that. I like it when everybody dies.
People say I'm disturbed.
Yeah.
Oh.
What can I say? Kill them all, motherfucker. Let God sort them out.
Yes.
Anyways, guys, this is BroncoJuggalo saying, please go and check out my Patreon, The Horror Mob. Do you have what it takes to be made? Tell me you got it. I'll bring you in. I will introduce you, and I will prick your finger. BroncoJuggalo, The Horror Mob, best Patreon on YouTube. Peace, y'all.
And this is Bill saying, good night.
Sometimes you just gotta ignore your enemies. Sometimes you just gotta make them bleed. I've headed up to here with all the fake shit. Fake friends huddled up, that's a snake pit. King Kong, about to rumble on some ape shit. Stab you with some scissors, call it